Okay, this is a couple of examples of exponent rules. Okay, so when you have a power outside of the parentheses here, like you do, you're going to distribute this power to all of the things that are in here. So now we've got -3, make sure it's in parentheses, right? And that's cubed. And then we've got x 6 to the, you multiply them, 6 times 3 power, and then y to the 4 times 3 power. So this is -3 times -3 times -3, which is going to give you -27. You can figure that out on the calculator, whatever. X to the 18 and y to the 12. So that's how you would simplify something that looks like this. Okay, now what if it has something underneath it? Something like this. Okay, so this is asking you to divide these exponents, and let's look what happens with the exponent rules. Well, the numbers, you just divide them like you've been doing all your life. 36 divided by 4 is going to give you 9. Okay, now on the top, I have 8 C's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the bottom, I have 4 C's. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I cross out any that have both on top and bottom. And then what I'm left with is just 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. Okay, so 9C to the 4th. The other way to do it is to subtract the exponents. I think this is so much a better way, but divide the numbers like you normally would. 9. Now you have C, 8 minus 4. But you always have to make sure that you're subtracting the bottom exponent from the top. So if that had been the opposite, like, for example, if this had been a 9 and this had been a 4, then you would have had over here, this is why I don't like this method, you would have had 4 up here and 9 down there. So that would have given you 9C to the -5. Well, you can't leave it like this. You'd have to keep going and put that C. But if you had done it this way, you would have crossed out and known those C's were belonged at the bottom. Okay, so that's how you do those kind. Let's see if I can include anything else in here. 0 power. Let's make sure you remember what the 0 power is. That just means this is 1. Whatever it is to the 0 power is 1. Now, when you have a negative exponent, you cannot leave it where it is. So this negative exponent is going to have to go down, and this negative exponent is going to have to come up to lose their negativity. So my first step would just be move everything to get rid of the negatives. So now I have 2m to the 2nd into the 5th. See how basically they just lost their negativity, but they kept the same exponent. Let's just let this go, right? Because it was just turning into 1. And there's nothing else to simplify here. M's and n's do not cancel each other out. If you take a look at this problem right here, basically think of everything up here as being in the numerator. Now, to get rid of the negativity in the exponents, you got to move them. So now I'm going to end up with b squared on the top, and I'm going to have a to the 7th and c to the 1st power. Do you even write a 1? No, you don't. It's bad table manners. Don't do it. Okay, then let's see if there's anything else. I think that's probably good enough. Maybe something like this. Okay. All right, so you're doing multiplication. You're going to multiply the numbers. What's the coefficient here? A 1, right? -1. -4 times -1 is going to give you +4. And then what are you doing with the exponents? Well, with multiplication, you're adding. So 4r plus, but this is negative, so it's got to go downstairs. Let's start again. Okay, let's just simplify this and then add them up together. Okay, so this is going to be -4, r to the 4th on top, but we got to get the s to the -1. That's got to go downstairs. Okay, got rid of the negativity. Times in the middle. Now, got rid of the negativity in the exponents. That has nothing to do with a coefficient. So leave that negative up here. We're going to make it -1. To get rid of this negative exponent, r to the 9th. S to the 1st power. Don't really need to write that 1, do I? Okay, so our line back there. Now, combine the tops. That makes +r to the 4th. And then down here, we've got r to the ninth, and we've got S, two of them, S to the second. Now, if you have exponents, if you have a variable with exponents on both the top and the bottom, you're not simplified yet. So you could think of this as, you could spread it out, right? You could do 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 R's. Why did I make another one? Dang it. Okay. And then down here in the bottom, you could have 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 S's, but who cares because there's no S's up here. So cancel, 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 cancel. And I'm left with a 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 R's in the bottom and 2 S's on the top and on the bottom as well. Okay, so that is how you do that kind. I don't want to make the video too long, so.